Right here. Jury finds former police officer Adam Coy guilty of murder. Here we go.
Verdict in this matter? Yes. Okay. Mrs. Harper? As to count one, we, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, do find the defendant Adam Coy guilty of murder as he stands charged in count one of the indictment, signed this 4th day of November 2024, in what appeared to be 12 signatures. Second count. We, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, do find the defendant Adam Coy guilty of felonious assault as he stands charged in count 2 of the indictment, signed this in what appeared to be 12 signatures. The next verdict form. We, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, do find the defendant Adam Coy guilty of reckless homicide as he stands charged in count 3 of the indictment and what appeared to be 12 signatures. Does anyone wish the jurors to be polled?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much. Your civic responsibility and being here and handling this matter. In a moment, I am going to excuse you back to the jury room. At that time, I'm going to ask if you would please wait so that I can come back and thank each of you personally. All rise for the jury.
The verdict is in. Adam Coy guilty on all 3 counts. And after you heard the 3rd count read, reckless homicide, you heard an audible gasp from the gallery.
Yeah. We know that in the courtroom, obviously, Coy's family was present. His defense team, including attorneys Mark Collins, Caitlin Stevens.
There's still matters that we need to deal
And also
with
Amy
on the record.
Detweiler was sitting there. And if you recall, Amy Detweiler was the officer who was with Coy that night and had also testified earlier in the trial. So before the verdict was read, she had come into the courtroom and had taken a seat there behind Coy there.
As the verdict, the state would request.
We'll see if there's any other details that we're trying to pick up on here. Okay, we'll
Looking at the charges, it's my understanding that there is only about 1 sentence in this.
okay, very good.
Yeah, sounds like the state was just kind of making some comments there on the case. But again, if you were just tuning in, former Columbus police officer Adam Coy found guilty on all charges: murder, felonious assault, and reckless homicide in the 2020 shooting death of Andre Hill.
Sentencing will happen, we've just learned, at a later date. We will, of course, bring that for you later on today. An emotional and lengthy process, nearly 4 years long, has finally reached a conclusion, and it is one that people are going to be talking about for a long time. Adam Coy guilty on murder charges, reckless homicide, and felonious assault in the death of Andre Hill.
And we do want to mention, of course, Coy and his attorneys do have the right to appeal this case. You can only imagine being found guilty on all charges, that there's a good chance that could happen. But of course, we will continue to wait and see. But for now, what we know, the jury came to a conclusion, the verdict, guilty on all charges in the shooting death of Andre Hill.
So clearly there's a lot to unpack here, and we're going to be doing that throughout the next couple of hours. So we'll be talking to both the prosecution and the defense, their reactions to what unfolded, what will happen next. As you mentioned, there could be a lot more to unfold here. All of that will happen in the coming minutes. Please rejoin us later on this afternoon for First at 4, and we'll continue with our coverage of the Adam Coy trial. Coy found guilty on all counts.